The following announcement is brought to you by the Xtreme World Order.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, soldiers of the Xtreme, hello and welcome back to that Xtreme Wrestling channel. My name is Samson. I am the Xtreme Gaming Guru, back again after a bit of a mental health hiatus, I guess you could say. The time for grieving and being sad is over. It's time to talk about WWE 2K23. But yeah, guys, if you missed my last video, I was feeling a little down when it came to the launch of WWE 2K23. March 14th just happened to be the 10-year anniversary of losing my mom. And on March 13th, the day before, I woke up to my dog making some horrible noises. His eyes were racing back and forth and all over the place. I'm sure he was seeing stuff. He had seizures in my arms, and unfortunately I had to put him to sleep. That dog saved my life. He's the only reason why I managed to get out of my apartment. He's a big help on why I got back onto YouTube, how I got, just the mental capacity to do that after losing my mom. That dog, like I said, saved my life, so losing him was a huge shocker. Came out of nowhere pretty much, but like I said, the time to be sad, the time for grieving is over. We need to move on, and to do so, like I said, we're going to talk about WWE 2K23 and my first impressions. Now, I have had a good week now, kind of sitting down with the game to get my feelers out there, and I think I got a pretty good first impression right off the bat. I didn't know how they were going to do it with WWE 2K22. As far as visuals are concerned, 2K22 was a great looking game. I was wondering what they were going to do to try and improve that. And, 2K came back fighting with improved lighting, improved textures, improved character models, real-time lighting, ray tracing effects, all of these crazy things. So right off the bat, WWE 2K23 looks absolutely incredible. I'm sure it looks even better if I had a Series X, but right now I'm just running on the Series S. But overall, I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I couldn't be more happier. That was one of the things on my 2K23 wish list. Like I said, I didn't know how they were going to do it, but they pulled it off. This game looks incredible. The animations in the entrances, the camera work, all of this stuff is top notch. It's probably one of the most accurate as far as time, wise, that we've seen in a WWE 2K game in quite some time. The Bloodline entrance, Gunther's entrance, all these things look absolutely fantastic. They look like they do on TV. I don't quite know, why there's so many video screens. I don't remember all these video screens on, WWE television, not quite as many at least. So they did go pretty heavy on the video screens, but the lighting in general, absolutely fantastic. Visuals, very, very happy with. Moving on from the visuals, gameplay modes. I did play through the showcase mode with John Cena. I thought that was well pulled off, very well pulled off. I enjoyed the interview segments with John Cena. He's very professional in the way that he speaks. And being able to play as all of his opponents that defeated him over the years, I thought was really cool. One thing I do want to say, though, I'm pretty much done with the transitions between gameplay to the actual video of the matches. I found out, I just felt like I was watching more video than I was playing the match. I think they got to do something with showcase mode to just make it more interactive, so you're recreating these modes, these moves and these segments and stuff. Maybe, as opposed to having it go into a video segment, maybe they could just have like a silhouette, in the ring where you're supposed to get your opponent, and then when you get your opponent into that position, it transitions to the real-time gameplay engine cinematics, which I find were actually really cool. I really enjoyed those. In the showcase mode, I thought they're fantastic. I've always enjoyed those. So, that's just a thought. Maybe it's something they could work in for 2K24. But showcase mode, very good. Universe mode, I haven't gone into the Sandbox Universe mode yet. I've tried a little bit of the Superstar mode, which I'm going to bring to the channel as one versus all. So far I haven't run into any glitches, which I think is incredible, because I've always had issues with Universe mode in the WWE 2K games, which is why the series stopped in WWE 2K22. I just kept running into glitches, and it was just driving me insane, so I just couldn't do it. But I haven't run into any glitches or anything like that. Nothing game-breaking thus far in the Universe mode. The ability to, kind of pick your outcomes and stuff like that is very cool. Kind of gives you a new form of control. It's almost like another storyline My Rise kind of mode, which I think is pretty badass. I'm glad that they're putting some work in the Universe mode. My GM mode, I did touch on that. It's not quite something that's I'm super interested in, but it is pretty cool that they brought in 4 players. You can have yourself going against 3 CPU general managers, and it brings extra layers, extra challenges to the mode. You can put new game types and all that stuff. So they did do some improvement, but for 2K24, I'd really just love to see them combine GM mode and the Universe Sandbox mode into just one massive thing. Let me take care of budgets and match cards, and let me pick who's going to do run-ins and all that stuff. Let me do all of that in the Universe Sandbox mode. I think they should just combine those 2 modes. Having them separate doesn't really make too much sense to me. But for what it is, if that's your kind of thing, it's good. It's much better than 2K22, that's for sure. My Rise I have not got into, but I have heard positive things. I did notice that there's 2 different storylines, so I'm very intrigued to check those out. That will be coming to the channel, obviously, in the near future. Don't really have too much to say as far as My Rise. Like I said, I haven't tried it. My Faction, oh my god, My Faction. I just wish this mode would go away. But it is, of course, a 2K game, and they gotta try and get those microtransactions and those sports card collectible minigame box opening, loot box opening stuff. It's just, it's not for me. And the fact that they have content that is locked in My Faction, so you unlock it in My Faction, but you can't bring it over into the, exhibition modes or the universe modes, is just painful. It is so painful. They got to make a change when it comes to that, because that's just unacceptable in my personal opinion. It's purely a money making mode for 2K. Like, it doesn't really provide anything groundbreaking as far as gameplay or anything like that. It gets you cool custom attires, but those custom attires are locked in this one game mode, so how cool are they? But thankfully we got people like What's the Status out there that do the community a service, and they get these locked models of our favorite wrestlers, and they bring them to community creation, so we still get a little bit of taste of it for those people that are just not interested in playing it like myself. But yeah, My Faction 2K, can we just get rid of it, please? Pretty please. But yeah, moving on. Gameplay. I think they're really starting to get it together this year. I find the pacing of the gameplay this year much better. It's a little bit slower paced, but the moves aren't animated slower or anything like that. It's just, with the new stamina and the walking animations and stuff like that, it feels way more realistic, and I find just the match pacing is so much better with the new selling animations. I find transition animations are really great this year, with opponents, crawling to the ropes or crawling to the corner or rolling to the outside. Sets up dynamic moments, which just helps with match flow, makes the matches not seem, as the same all the time. Like sometimes it's boom, 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 hit a move, hit a finisher, boom, the match is done. It wasn't that exciting. I know a lot of people out there still play this game like it's a fighting game, which is wrong, by the way. I'm going to make another video about that for 2K23. I tried getting my point across last year, but some people still don't get it. They still think it's a fighting game, which it's not. But yeah, 2K23, just the match pacing, a lot more realistic. The transition animations, very, very cool. Put that together with just the graphics, and sometimes I'm just shaking my head. I feel like I'm watching the actual wrestling show because things are moving like they're supposed to, things are looking like they're supposed to, and I'm really happy about that. One thing off my wish list, if you guys saw my 2K23 wish list video, one thing that I did get was animations or taunts for weapons, and wake up taunts for weapons. So I'm really glad they put that in. I don't know how many times I've had matches in 2K22 where I want to continuously smash a guy across the head with a chair, but I either got to drop the chair and then pick him up, or I got to wait for him to actually get up off the ground to hit him with the chair. I find in 2K23 with the wake up animations and stuff, and just the way the pacing is in general, the game just flows so great. I had my very first match, I got a stop sign, and I just started clocking Roman Reigns across the head. I was playing as Cody Rhodes, obviously, and yeah, Roman just kept getting up. I just hit him again, got back up, slammed him again, did a taunt, wake up taunt, hit him again. It was fantastic. Felt so great. So gameplay wise, I think they are very much on a very good path. If they can continue on this path and continue focusing on the simulation, the realistic aspect, try and get away from that fighting game mentality, I think we got a good game in the making here. Like, they built on that base that was 2K22, which was a pretty solid base, and it had to be because they took how many years to make it. But now that it's gone back to an annual franchise, I think we're only going to be seeing gradual improvements. But the improvements we saw this year is a good indication of the direction they're going, and I am very, very happy with that. War games. It's good. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. They did surprise me with weapons, which I thought was fantastic, but you're still limited with diving off the ropes through tables and limited moves and stuff like that. So they really got to open that stuff up. They really got to do something with the weapon physics. I didn't get that which, but overall, guys, I really enjoyed WWE 2K23. That's my first impressions. I think it's a great game. I think it can only get better from here. But I really want to know what you guys thought of 2K23. What are your first impressions? Let me know in the comment section below. My upload schedule is all over the place, so be sure to hit that like button with the Too Sweet, hit the subscribe button, join the Xtreme, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. Until then, goodbye and good night. Bang. Too sweet, guys. Too sweet.